Welcome back to Down to Earth Mystic for another pick a deck reading. As you may already know, but I'll still tell you, the goal is to choose a deck that you see here and then click on the timestamp below linking to that reading and then just sit back and enjoy. So the first deck is going to be Crystal Visions Tarot, second deck is Angel Tarot, and the third deck is Osho Zen. So I'll go ahead and get the Osho Zen and Angel Tarot out of the way so that we can dive into Crystal Visions. So today I'll be doing a Celtic cross spread, and I'll give you a brief introduction of what the card placement means and then dive into the meaning of the cards themselves. All right, so the Celtic cross, we've got the center of the reading, the energy crossing the reading, the subconscious energy, conscious energy, recent past. I'm gonna run out of room here. And then near future. Then we've got energy that you bring to the situation, your environment, your hopes and your fears, and last but not least, potential outcome. All right, so the center of the reading is a Four of Wands. So congratulations to those of you that means that you're getting married. This can indicate that. Can also indicate going to a wedding or in general just a stable relationship, whether it's something that you are in or you're being a part of, like attending a wedding. The energy crossing you is the Ten of Cups. So Ten of Cups is also a very happy card for a relationship. It can mean ultimate satisfaction in a relationship. So very positive energy. And with that being said, it doesn't really clarify whether it's you going to someone else's wedding or being, getting married yourself, because both can indicate, a lot of happiness among other people. Jumping ahead a little bit. Subconscious energy is a Five of Wands. So there we have either an internal or external conflict. So it could mean that the center of the situation is very happy and has the potential of ultimate emotional satisfaction, but subconsciously you're not quite sure. So already I'm going to say that it probably is actually a very positive situation, and it's just maybe past pain that's sneaking in and trying to tell you that it won't work out. But let's keep going. Conscious energy, we've got the World. And so the World can indicate the ending of something, but I feel in this case it's probably more so the completion of leaving behind all of the, the dating scene, because you've found the one. And so there's not really a point in continuing that cycle of your life. So for some of you, that'll resonate deeply, maybe all of you. In your recent past, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. And that could mean maybe you met your partner at school. I don't know. Maybe you have just been learning a lot as far as your personal lessons in life. Eight of Pentacles is hard work, learning. And so yeah, let's see the further we go, how that kind of relates more to the rest of the cards. In your near future, we've got the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords can indicate someone who is just cutting away all that no longer serves them. So far, I would say you're probably cutting away that internal conflict that's subconsciously holding you back from that ultimate happiness. And part of your lesson learned was to realize what it is that doesn't serve you. So what you bring to the situation would be the Sun, which is an incredibly happy card as well. I don't think there are many more happy cards in the deck other than the Four of Wands, Ten of Cups, and Sun. So having them all in the same reading, that is really awesome. So that's what you bring to the situation. You're this ray of sunshine, probably to the relationship or to the celebration that you're going to, but internally you might have that conflict that you're just not sharing with anybody. So it may be unfounded. I feel like it is. So the environment is the Hermit, and so it sounds like, interesting, that kind of twists the whole reading a little bit. If your environment is that you are kind of lighting your own path, lighting your own way, for some of you, you have not met this person yet. For some of you, sorry, there's that Hermit. For some of you, you haven't met this person yet, but being that ray of sunshine and shining your own way or lighting your own path is going to bring in that ultimate happiness. So your hopes and your fears, the Fool, and that's also a really positive card. It is basically taking a leap of faith. So I do see, even though this is mentioned as your subconscious energy, it's such a small part of the equation. It's just something to be cautious of. And then we've got the possible outcome of the Nine of Swords. So I guess I would imagine what this is saying is that you have the opportunity of a really beautiful possibility, staying true to who you are, staying true to being that ray of sunshine, to you know, lighting your own path is what is going to prevent the Nine of Swords energy from being your outcome. But if you let the Five of Wands take over, then the Nine of Swords, which is like insomnia and just sorrow and just really, I'd say, a lot of self-pity. So to prevent that, I would most definitely stay true to all of this positive energy that you're seeing and not allowing that conflict to sneak in. So I'm going to pull a second outcome card because I don't see that as for everybody. It's just something to be cautious and aware of. So let's find that second outcome. Okay, yeah, I see. So the Ace of Pentacles is going to be, and I see that as a much more positive outcome for sure. It is the new path, a new offer of very strong, stable values. In this case, I'm going to say because of all the other cards, it's in a relationship. In some readings, I would say the Ace of Pentacles would be like a new job offer. But for some of you, because the card, you know, came out this way and I am thinking of it, for some of you, it may be meeting somebody new at a new job. That's not going to resonate for too terribly many of you, but yeah. And then just another odd twist that's popping into my mind now is this world, with the world being the ending. It might be ending a relationship that is creating conflict for you brings in the potential of a really beautiful relationship. And so in your near future, you, regardless of what all the other elements are in your near future, you are cutting something out of your life. You're realizing logically and unemotionally what things to remove from your life. So for some of you, it may be ending a relationship to make room for that positive, beautiful relationship, because the energy that you bring to the table, the happiness, the, you know, shining your own light, guiding your own pathway, and taking that leap of faith, well, with that being your hope and your fear, taking that leap of faith might be, you know, super nerve-wracking for you to even think about, but knowing that you can bring you to the happier outcome. If you don't take the leap of faith, it could turn into some sadness and some insomnia and heaviness. So that is an interesting reading for sure. That is going to be the end of the Crystal Visions Tarot. Now we're going to dive into the next deck, which will be the Angel Tarot. All right, here is your Angel Tarot reading. Just do a quick shuffle, make sure we've got all the cards in the right places for you guys. Okay, so it is again going to be a Celtic cross. I'll lay out the cards and let you know what the placement means. So we've got the center of the reading, energy crossing you, helping or hurting you. The subconscious energy, the conscious energy, recent past, near future. What you, oops, sorry, I flipped that one already. Little peek at that, the King of Pentacles. What you bring to the situation, your environment, your hopes and your fears, and then the potential outcome. So, in the center of the reading, we've got the Hermit. And so you can see this, it actually says, spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. So that could be lighting your own path. It does say Archangel Raziel, so that may mean something for you particularly. But center of the reading is lighting your own path. So that is really a very focal point of this reading. The energy crossing you is going to be the Page of Air. As a person, I still feel like it's energy, not a person, but I'll go ahead and read it. But as a person, it can represent someone who's logical, honest, impulsive, and curious. It does mention a challenging information, delays, or changes to plans, truth delivered without tact. So I'm going to say that this means that regardless of what confusing information you have coming towards you that's affecting you, make efforts to not allow it to affect you as tough as that may be, because the center of the reading is about lighting your own path. And not letting other energies shake you from the path that you're on. So the subconscious energy, we've got balance, the need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise, waiting for perfect timing. And the archangel is Zadkiel. So patience. Patience, I say, while you're figuring out what your path is and not allowing things to affect you, realize that patience is also another really strong element in the situation, and finding that balance. And again, I'd say that's not letting the outside forces affect you. So the conscious energy, we've got the Moon. This is Archangel Haniel. Important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. And so I feel like that's kind of reiterating everything already, is saying that, you know, don't let fears hold you back. Find your own light, guide your own way. You're going to have a lot of psychic insights that come through. And I guess I'm actually seeing this as pretty important too. We've got the conscious energy of the psychic insights leading you and guiding you. And then we've got the air, which is swords or thoughts or logic energy crossing your path. And so I'd say, regardless of what your environment is, regardless of what you've maybe been taught in the past of what is logical and how to move forward, I'd say kind of let that go and focus on what you know is right because of what's coming in, you know, psychically and intuitively, that is actually more true and correct. So in your past energy, we've got the Seven of Water. It says a complex decision, the need to do research, stop procrastinating. Those sound conflicting to me. If you're going to do research, that might be viewed as procrastinating, but honestly, it's more so confusion. Like a Seven of Cups or Seven of Water can indicate a lot of confusion. So in your past, you were very confused about something, and it may have been because you've got all this logic or logical energy and psychic energy that are just kind of butting heads, and you're realizing, or you're starting to realize, that your intuition is more correct, and that is more reliable than what you've been, how you've relied on logic in the past. Let's see. Your near future, 8 of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic, and going back to school. So I see you really diving deep into something that, basically having an intuitive or spiritual teacher that helps you connect to your intuition so much more than you have in the past, and realizing how much more you can rely on it. I find it interesting that this whole line here, minus the swords or air, page of air crossing that, is major arcana. So there's actually a lot of goes with the 8 of Earth, but you're learning a lot. This is very impactful on your life. This is a big shift in your life. So there is a lot to learn. Be patient with yourself. I know, I believe I said patience here and balance, but it's indicated again, or I'm feeling it again, where if you're patient with yourself and realize you have all that you need inside of you, it sounds like the Magician card, but that's what I'm feeling, that you don't need to have this logic energy that you've relied on in the past. So kind of reiterating a little bit. So what you bring to the situation, we've got I think I said King of Earth before when I dropped it, but it's actually the Knight of Earth. So the Knight of Earth is loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. This says time to buckle down and get things done, with learning your psychic connection, your spirituality, your intuition, figuring out how to be your own guiding light. It also says honor your commitments, a guardian angel. So I feel, even though this is what you bring to the situation, it's almost like you are attracting this guardian angel to be more present in your life than it ever has been. So listen to those intuitive nudges that your guardian angel is talking to you about through your intuition. Getting more connected with that. Now, because it's an Earth or Pentacles card, I'm actually going to recommend that you find ways to become more grounded, to put your feet in the dirt, put your feet in the grass, go for a hike, get connected with nature. It'll help you to stay grounded. And as opposite as being grounded and having intuition might feel, they actually go very well together to help you to become more connected. So let's see what your environment is. So the 6 of Air, things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, and taking a trip. So I find that interesting that the end of a difficult situation is also an air card, where you had air and again swords and logic crossing you before. It's like you're walking away even more from that logic that you're realizing isn't nearly as helpful as it used to be. So yeah, definitely pulling more towards into your intuition. Your hopes and fears would be the Ace of Air. An exciting new opportunity, career advancement, changes in your life now. So yes, this is the first fire card that we're seeing, or in other decks would be Wands that we're seeing, and I feel like it's a shift and a change to actually lighting a new passion for you, with Ace and Fire being just breaking down the card a little bit rather than what it says and where it's placed. But Ace of Fire is actually a new passion being ignited. And so that is both your hope and your fear. I'd say more so a hope, but I guess a fear because it's something so new to you that you may have a little bit of trouble trusting it. But your intuition, all throughout this reading, it's stating that your intuition is to be trusted, and it will be to your benefit to do so, to trust it. And then the possible outcome is Strength, yet another major arcana card. This says Archangel Ariel. It says great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness and compassion. And I'm going to say that's compassion for yourself, forgiveness for yourself for relying so much on your intuition, or sorry, your intuition is good. Forgiveness and compassion for yourself for previously relying so much on your logic, because you're now realizing how much stronger your intuition is. I'm not saying there isn't place for logic, but your intuition is coming in so much stronger than your logic has ever served you. So just be prepared. You've got this big shift coming that is it is really a beautiful shift. It may feel weird at first, but learning all you can about the topic, reaching out to someone you care about, that or someone new who can teach you more so about some spirituality, is going to be really helpful for you. They may actually be a bit of your strength, but to help you to create your own strength as well. So that is it for the Angel Tarot reading. We're moving on to the next one. I'm excited for you guys. We've got a lot of good stuff coming in. Enjoy. All right. So, last but not least, we've got the Osho Zen. Okay, Celtic Cross. I'll first let you know the placement, and then we'll dive more into the meaning of each of the cards. We've got the energy in the center of the reading, the energy crossing you, helping or hurting you, the subconscious energy, the conscious energy. Oh, tried to flip that one over already. Sorry. The recent past, the near future, what you bring to the situation, your environment, your hopes and fears, and last but not least, possible outcome. So in the center of the reading, we've got awareness. It sounds like if you can't see that, let me see, there we go. So it looks like we've got like the shadow of someone formally, and they're breaking through the veil into like their true self, becoming becoming the true self. So you're shedding some old energy and stepping into new and stronger energy. You'll notice how with the shadow that you see with the veil, it's just kind of vague, a vague outline of somebody, and then the blue flame that's coming through. And I don't know a whole lot about blue flame, but definitely look into that through Google. There's a lot of resources talking about blue flame love and blue flame energy, so feel nudged to tell you to do that. So excuse me, you've got a new version of you coming through. And so the energy crossing that would be past lives. So it's interesting that I say it's a new version of you, but it's actually more so something you've done very well with in the past. And it's just this deep rooted part of you that's begging to come out. So you're learning more, connecting more with things from your past life. So that's awesome. That sounds very exciting. The subconscious energy is nothingness. This is actually in most decks the Hierophant card. And so a Hierophant in general, I would say, describes someone who is either starting to or already sees that there's like validity in all religions, and there's possibility and truth in all religions, but no one particular one is completely 100% correct. That's one interpretation of that card, but more so just being really connected spiritually. And I'm not quite sure why it's called nothingness in this deck, but I guess it's more so like not necessarily having a particular guidance system that's created for you. It's more like from nothingness you create what your moral compass is and such like that, because you have such a deep connection with your awareness from your past lives that you don't necessarily need external guidance, except for maybe this reading, to help you along your path. You've got such a strong moral compass. on your own. So the conscious energy is going to be harmony, which in most decks this is considered a 10 of cups. So that's really deep emotional strength and harmony, and you know, tons of happiness, emotional happiness for sure. I think it's interesting that there's the path that these dolphins took were from this guy's heart to his head. I'd say it's connecting your heart to your head, and just really having that ultimate, complete happiness. So in your past energy, we've got slowing down. There's a turtle. I don't know if you can see that. This is the Knight of Pentacles in most decks. So in the past, you had like maybe more... No, I'd say since your past. It's not like you're shifting away from this. It's like in your past, you've realized more your values and things that were applicable and important to you. Slowing down though, I feel like if you kind of join all of that thought together, I feel like it's you kind of viewing the world a little bit differently, realizing how you're different from the world. I think that kind of aligns here with nothingness and awareness and past lives. It's you're realizing how you're different from the world, not in a bad way, actually in a very positive way. It's helping you to connect with your true self in a very beautiful way. So that's something you started to notice in your recent past. And your near future, we've got clinging to the past. Well, in this case, I'd say that's a positive thing. But clinging to the past can mean clinging to old hurts, clinging to pain that you've been through in the past that you feel, you know, even though it makes more sense to leave it behind, you're still kind of focused on it in a little bit of an unhealthy way. I know I did say this was your recent past and I jokingly connected those two, but I'd say even further back than your recent past is what you're clinging to here. So there's something still lingering that really needs to be let go. This card has also been kind of deemed or by many readers, I'd say, considered like crying over spilled milk. There's something that happened in your past that's there's really no point in worrying about anymore. So even though you've got all this great, beautiful energy, I would say maybe leap forward to what you've remember what you've learned in your recent past and let go of the further away past that can be bringing you pain, but doesn't need to be anymore. Just, you know, let it go. So what you bring to the situation sounds like there's that pain again. This is the Three of Swords. It says isolation. Okay, so this is kind of coming together a little bit even deeper now. You're back to this card where I was saying how you feel like you're different from others. That's not intended to bring you pain, even though that's what you're feeling right now. That is intended to help you to be a stronger individual, to be more rooted in who you are as a person and not to feel isolated or separate from others. It's actually more so to be somewhat of the like guiding light for others. So rather than being the follower or rather than being part of the crowd, which is bringing you sadness to have that perspective, you're intended to be kind of the guiding light, to be unique in that way, to be a leader more so than a follower or part of the crowd. So your environment is participation. And so this is the Four of Wands in most decks. Participation, I would say, find more people that might be going through something similar and acknowledge the awareness that you're growing into. Maybe even, honestly, you may be connecting with people, you know, souls from your past lives, and participate with them rather than kind of hanging out in this ick and this sorrow by clinging to your past. See how it's all coming together? In the past you started to feel a little bit different, and then you're clinging to, you know, prior to noticing that you're different in a beautiful way, and you're actually hanging on to the pain of like that sadness. But participating with people that are like-minded is going to help you to grow through that. So your hopes and fears says traveling. This is the 8 of Wands. I'm taking this as my go-to understanding of an 8 of Wands, and it's more like so much happening at once. A lot of shifts and changes in a positive way. You see the sun. This is like a sun through the haze. It's such positive energy, but that's scary because it's such quick change and movement. Just know that it is safe to embrace the change that you're going through. Again, let go of that past. It's not serving you any good. All right, so possible outcome, innocence. This is like someone who's really mastered spirituality. So you are taking some big shifts in your growth for sure. This man is just really excited about this praying mantis on his hand and just seeing the beauty and the innocence and the simplicity. I think innocence is one way to look at it, but for me, more so simplicity of life and finding the beauty in that is where you're headed. And then, believe it or not, that will help you to be the leader that I'm feeling peeking through a little bit. That may not apply for all of you, but I think it is more of you than not. That your uniqueness and your how you differ from others is actually such a positive thing. And the more that you embrace this new shift, this new energy, and see it as positive rather than clinging to the, differentness and uniqueness as a bad thing and feeling isolated, is actually a very unique and positive thing that you can help others actually to see the beauty in themselves. So it feels like you're going through this for the sake of being able to help more people to embrace their change, their light, their truth, and possibly even really connect with some souls from your past lives that will bring you really, really beautiful happiness. So that would be the reading then for the Osho Zen deck. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please comment below with how you feel about the reading, if you have any questions about it, and I hope you have a lovely day. Oh yeah, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a lovely day.